y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about heavy periods, and if that's something that you're interested in, keep on watching.
Everything I do it with a passion. If I gotta be a bitch, I'ma be a bad one.
Okay, so on TikTok, if you don't follow me today, follow me now at Becoming Blessing Braley. On TikTok, I've been talking a lot about heavy periods, and when I say heavy periods, I mean periods that are filling up a regular pad every hour. There you go. Or really extended, really extensive, long periods, like months at a time, which I have also had happen to me before as well. So I do want to talk about a few things that can be making your periods really heavy, which could be meats, it could be dairies, it could be your period products if you're still using things like Always. If you're watching this channel, you already know I don't like the Always pads, nothing like that. Don't do it. I can't do it, sorry. But things like that can be making your period really heavy. It can also be making your period a lot longer. The chemicals that are in pads are not good for you and can be extending your period. Not only that, but a lot of people their bodies do not like dairy. The fact that your body may not be compatible with dairy, also all the hormones that they're putting in dairy, cheese, yogurt, milks, things like that, can be affecting your internal hormones and making it completely off balance, and your body doesn't really know what to do with all those additional hormones. Same thing with meats. There's a bunch of meats, especially chicken. Oh my gosh, a lot of people will be like, okay, so I'm not going to eat a bunch of red meats. Yes, cutting red meats is a really good thing, and it really does help with smell. So if you are a mustier girl, cut red meat. That's not what this is about, but cutting out meats, especially chicken, can drastically change your hormones and balance your hormones, because you're not constantly feeding your body a bunch of hormones that are completely unnecessary for what? Why are we eating so many hormones? Also cutting your sugars, and also losing weight. If you are overweight or if you are underweight, gaining weight can also help balance out your period or your menstrual cycle. So if you are overweight, it can heighten your testosterone. If your testosterone is at a high level, it can make your period just completely disappear, and then people are not getting their period every month. Also, there are some things where testosterone. Also, if your estrogen is too high or if your estrogen is too low, that can definitely mess with your period and your menstrual cycle. Soy is something that either you want to eat an abundance of, or you want to completely cut out, because it's something that will produce estrogen. And if you already have a high estrogen level and you're eating soy and you're already plant-based, that can be in effect. So if you're saying, well, I am already plant-based, and you go get your hormones tested and they tell you that you have a high estrogen, cut out soy. Cut soy out. But a lot of people have asked me, what is a normal period? If a heavy period, a 7-day cycle that's heavy and painful, is not normal. If that's not normal, what is normal? A normal period can be 3 to 5 days and light and cramp free. That is how your period should be. It should not be painful at all. I don't know if just religion got into the picture and we started thinking, oh, well, this is a punishment from God and that's why we're in pain. But no, your period is your cycle is not a punishment. It's actually it's a gift, honestly, and it wasn't meant to be painful and heavy and just dreadful. It's not meant to be like that. But through the years of, I guess, just indoctrination, that's how we are feeling, and that's what we think our period should be, when they actually should not be like that. So that's my main thing: changing your diet if you haven't already. And if you already have a healthy diet and you know that you have a healthy diet, then completely disregard everything that I just said, because now I'm gonna give you guys some products that I have used and that have helped me balance out my hormones, lower my testosterone, because at one point I did have slightly high testosterone, but to lower my testosterone and how I am getting my period to come like clockwork. So this is for my ladies who do not have a problem with free bleeding. Some people may consider this free bleeding. I consider it free bleeding because I'm not using a pad, tampon, cup. I'm just bleeding into some underwear, honestly. These ones are by Live Lola. I absolutely love these ones. I have these, I have the hipsters, I haven't tried the thong because I honestly don't feel like the thong would really work that well, but these ones are the Mia ones. I absolutely love these because look, y'all, they have different linings on the inside, so it's really absorbent. So with these Live Lola underwear, they do have 4 different layers. They have a moisture layer, an antimicrobial layer, an absorbent fabric, and then a leak guard layer, which is this last one. They are kind of like swim trunks, kind of. They feel very similar to that, but to me they are still bearable, especially if you don't feel like wearing like anything. Because I know for me, at the end of at the end of my period, it starts to get a little bit irritating just wearing that all the time in your body. It just starts to get irritating. So to be able to free bleed in some underwear and not have to worry about them leaking through or anything like that, and you don't feel the wetness when you are wearing these, it's lit. It's awesome. So this is another way to also go ahead and get away from products all the time and be able to free bleed, like a cleanly free bleed. But yeah, the first thing that I'm gonna talk about is gonna be red raspberry leaf. This is red raspberry leaf, and I make a tea out of it. I don't know if you can eat it. Just make a tea out of it, girl. I don't know if you can eat this. I mean, you can eat it, but like, I don't know if it's good or not. So if you have a period, that is really heavy or really long, red raspberry leaf tea is going to help you. Also, it helps with cramps. It also helps tone your uterus. It also helps with PMS, mood swings, all that good stuff. Red raspberry leaf is the tea, literally. And it smells good. I don't know why I love the smell of herbal tea. It just smells so good to me. Next is these pads. They are the Jewel pads. I will link these down below. I really do like these pads. However, I've said it before, they're kind of expensive for the amount that you get. But if you have a light period, and if your period is coming like clockwork and it's only lasting for 3 to 5 days, this is a good thing. But I really do like the graphene strip that's in these pads because it is supposed to help keep things cleanly and help with cramps, which I did notice when I was using these. But I don't actually have cramps like that really bad in the first place. And yeah, my cramps aren't that bad. So I mean, maybe I'm not the best person. Maybe we should try this on a person who has really bad cramps. But when I use these and I was having like the little bit of cramping, it did help with that. So this is for my girls who have a missing period and they can't get it to come back. Black seed oil, this is the one that I use. It's by Madre Nature. I really like black seed oil. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on the inside. But black seed oil is a blood stimulant. So it is going to get things moving around in that uterus, homegirl. This is what mine looks like. You can also get the black cumin seeds and then just put it on your food. Tell me how that is if you do it. I've never done it, but I have made black seed oil. Oh, also, this is something I did try too because I wanted to cleanse out my body as well as my uterus and shed out that lining. Parsley tea. So taking actual fresh parsley, cleaning it off, boiling it for about 10 minutes, and then letting it steep for another like 15. That's what I did, and then strain it out because it does get like jelly kind of. It kind of gets a little bit jelly, or like, I don't know, it's just the remnants of the parsley that's still in there. But if you do, or if you put that in a pitcher and then drink it throughout the week before your period or before you want your period to come, it can make your period, it can bring on your period. That's a really good thing. Also, Vitex Berry. You guys know that I stand for Vitex Berry. I love me some Vitex Berry. It's also called Chasteberry. It helps with mood swings. It helps with PMS. It helps keep your period and regulate your period. Keep it coming like clockwork. That's what I was trying to say. It helps with, did I already say mood swings? because that is something that I need help with all the time. But that is something that really does regulate your period. If you already have really heavy periods, I recommend just staying with the red raspberry instead of going with the Vitex berry, because Vitex berry can be a stimulant and can make your period last a little bit longer. But it is really good for balancing out your hormones. So if you know that you have really heavy periods, I recommend taking it before or directly after you've ended your period, and then trying to balance your hormones that way. But I really do recommend red raspberry leaf because I haven't had anything like that happen with red raspberry leaf. My last thing is going to be motherwort. I love motherwort. I've used it in a yoni steam. I've used it, it was in those yoni pearls that I used at one time, and I've made it into a tea. I absolutely love motherwort. Motherwort is something that, for me, it made my period come on when I was missing a period, when I was drinking the tea. Also, when I did it in a yoni steam, it made, like, when I did it in a yoni steam, it honestly made my period really light. I don't know if it was just the other herbs that was in there that made my period really light, but after I yoni steamed, y'all, my period was cramp free, and I didn't have any dark blood, and it lasted for like 5 days. I think it was 4 or 5 days. That was so lit. I need to yoni steam like clockwork. I haven't been yoni steaming like clockwork, but I need to start again. I love yoni steaming. That and a very set diet and a very set workout routine would be really good to help balance out your hormones. It's all what you're putting into your body, all what you're putting onto your skin, and it's absorbing, aka also in that area there's chemicals galore in pads and stuff, and they try to make you buy more, so they're gonna put different chemicals that can make your period last longer in those pads and tampons. Whew. That's all I had to say, y'all. But yeah, watch out what you're putting in there. I also bought these ones. These ones are not as good as the Livola ones, but I also bought these ones off of Amazon, and they have not as many layers, but they are still very leak proof, and I absolutely love these. But I have worn these also on my period, and with these types of underwear, you just wash them and you do not dry them. You let them air dry because you do not want to get any of the layers that are in these messed up. But underwears like these are a really good way. If you're still gonna wear a pad, they're a really good way to ensure like leak proof, leak resistant, nothing. It's a really good way to do that, and it's also a really good way to see if the products that you're using are what is making your period longer or making you irritated or anything like that. This is a really good way to do that. I recommend underwear like this all the time. Honestly, I think I'm going to buy a bunch more of these, because who doesn't want to be, like, for sure. I'm probably going to talk about these on TikTok, actually. I absolutely love these underwear. But yeah, that's all I had to say for this video, you guys. If you guys want to know any more about heavy periods, PCOS, or things like that, comment that down below, and yeah. Bye, y'all.